She's thinking about a man, not the last guy she was dating, not the one who worked the hardest, him. The one she mentions years later, sometimes out of the blue, in the middle of a conversation with someone new. The one whose name still means something. The one against which every man that comes after him is quietly, invisibly measured. Here's the question that should stop you right now. Are you the guy she's already moved on from, but is still living rent-free in her head? This is not a trick. It's not about being taller, richer, or funnier. He never usually tried to be unforgettable. The man she never stops comparing others to. He just walked around the world a certain way, and that way was written in her. Deep, permanent. Today, we dissect exactly what made him different, and pay particular attention to number 4, because that's the one most men are closest to, but almost none of them ever cross that line. He had a world. He invited her into it. Imagine a guy who cancels everything on his calendar the moment she's free, waiting for someone who checks his phone every hour, who makes her his whole world before she even knows how she feels about him. She can tell that, and it doesn't feel like romance, it feels like a pressure. But this man was different. He got it started. A life with a purpose. And when he brought her in, she felt like she was entering something, not filling a hole in somebody's emptiness. Psychologists call it pre-existing worth. If a man really invests himself in his own life, others will see him as a person worth investing in. This is not vanity, it's evidence. Most men make a woman their world before she earns it. She feels lucky to be in the world of the man she can never forget. And this is where it gets interesting, because the next one is not about what he did. It was the thing he wouldn't. He never wanted her to be all right. She bails at the last minute. Most men will either text more, go cold, or spend the next 3 days analyzing what it meant. She can feel that shift. She may not call it that, but she can feel it. "No problem," the man replied. "I've got things to do anyway." And he meant it. Attachment psychology research reveals that emotional self-sufficiency is among the most powerfully attractive qualities a person can possess. It's a sign of safety, and security is scarce. The majority have never felt it from another person, and when they do, there is something instinctive that draws them to it. Most men delegate their emotional stability to the woman they are chasing. The man she never forgets is already stable, and she knows it before he even opens his mouth. He was all there, unabashed. There is no phone on the table, eyes that didn't stray. When she spoke, he listened in a way that made her feel like she was the most interesting thing in the room. Not because he was doing it, but because he was really there. She said a little something, ad-lib, the kind of detail most people let go. He inquired about it, and she thought, no one questions that? There is nothing more validating for a human being than real attention. In a world where everyone is half here, half looking away, a man who is all here looks like a marvel. Not that he did anything great, because he did something that almost nobody does anymore. Most men are physically there and mentally somewhere else. She never forgets the man who makes her feel as if time stood still in that moment. Most men never get the hint. She doesn't see the next 3 coming, she just feels them. And when she does, there's no turning back. He told her the truth when it would have been easier to go along with it. Something, she said, or perhaps a strong opinion of her own, or a plan she was looking forward to. And it was a bit wonky. Most men agree, smirk, yes, because they are scared of the risk. They want her to like them, so they become what she needs them to be. This man pushed back gently, peacefully, to not lose. No, not to be difficult. He was a real perspective, and he wasn't going to give that up to keep the peace. Something was different in her. She did not know at first what it meant. What she felt was respect, but underneath. His approval is worthless when a man tells you what you want to hear. When a man tells you the truth, even uncomfortable truth, even warmly, his approval is something worth having. She began instinctively to value what he thought, because she knew he would be honest. Most men tell women what they want to hear. The man she never forgets tells her what he really thinks, and because of that, she trusts him completely. He made her feel safe, but not controlled. Something stressful was happening in her life, something that was dragging her down. Most men either go into full fix-it mode, jumping to solutions before she's even finished the sentence, Or they get so involved that somehow the conversation becomes about them, on their advice, their plan, their need to have been the one to solve it. She didn't feel helped, she felt in command. This guy did something else. He listened without an agenda. He stayed cool when she wasn't cool. And his calm, it didn't seem cold. It was like a hand on her shoulder in the midst of a storm. Still, steady. The chaos had absolutely no effect. She didn't feel managed, she felt contained. Psychology has a critical distinction between protective presence and controlling behavior. And women sense that distinction immediately, even if they can't put it into words. Someone who is able to stay calm when another person falls apart is not being aloof, he's being a safe space. And evolutionarily, this combination, strength without dominance, calm without cold, is exactly what makes a woman's nervous system say, I can trust this person. Most men either check out or take over in a crisis. The man she can't forget becomes the quietest thing in the room, and she's drawn to that quietude each time. And the last one. This is the one she always has with her. He left her better than how he met her. The relationship, whatever that was, ended or changed eventually. And even after it did, she looked back and saw something. I grew because of him. He saw in her what she had never seen in herself. He challenged her to grow. He didn't need her small to make him big. She compares it to meeting a man who is subtly putting her down. When she meets a man who keeps it shallow, who never dares to really see her, she compares, and it always comes down to him. Research has shown over and over again that the relationships we remember the most are the ones where we became more ourselves, where someone saw our best self reflected back at them and believed it before we did. That's more than connection. That's a sensation. Most men are afraid in silence of a woman who grows. She never forgets the man, and he is proud of it. And everywhere she goes, she carries him along. The man she compares everyone to is not a myth. He is not a fantasy of her own making. He's real. And if you look closely at everything we just went through, he's not extraordinary in some impossible way. He knew himself all right, stayed on the ground, said the truth, was actually there, didn't need her to make her whole, kept her safe without ever making her feel small. And he saw her, perhaps more clearly than anyone had ever seen her. That is not a rare man. He's just a person who stopped acting and started to be. If this has hit home for you, something inside you already knows these things, not because you collected them today, because they have always been within you. All you needed was the map. If this is the way you want to go, subscribe. The following video dives even deeper, and it may be the one that permanently changes the way you carry yourself.